and welcome to 2026 and to our new episode of Semmelweis STEMtalk. Joining us today is Eszter Papp, a physicist and a professional science multitasker. She recently defended her PhD at Eötvös Loránd University, where she studied how electrons travel through proteins. But Eszter doesn't just do science, she's also passionate about making it accessible to wider audiences. She hosts the science podcast at ELTE, works as a dissemination manager for Horizon Europe Twinning Project, and serves as a national science ambassador. She's also recently taken on a new role as a TV host. And alongside all of this, she's a regular invited speaker at many science communication and dissemination events. So chances are you've seen her on a stage somewhere. Hi Eszter, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Hello, Victoria. Thank you for having me.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about your story? How did you end up in science? What pulled you in? Was there some defining moment or the story behind it?
So I wouldn't say that there was a specific moment, but when I was little, around 10 years old, I found a book on experimenting and thinking about physics. And I found it very interesting and fun that I can calculate how much horsepower do I have or something like that. And also my parents used to buy us books like on nature, on technology, engineering, such things. And later in high school, I had a brilliant physics teacher. He explained the concepts in a very breathtaking way. I could understand it. I found it very easy to understand and go with it. And he also motivated us to go on competitions. And when I attended my first competition with my own project that was about building an atomic force microscope, it did not work, but almost. And I won this competition, and then I could go to a camp where other students were there from other scientific competitions. So I felt like, okay, this is my community, I belong here. And maybe that was my journey to find science or my place in science.
And how did you end up specifically doing your PhD at Eötvös Loránd University?
It was a clear choice that physics at Eötvös Loránd University. And I think I was in 10th grade when I decided that I want to do a PhD. Just for the title, maybe, I don't know. I was like, okay, this is the thing. You do the university and you will reach the highest level, PhD, because why not? I think I was second year maybe when I wanted to find a project for myself, and there was a site where they listed these projects you could choose from, and my supervisor just put there quantum biology, and I was like, okay, what is quantum biology? I need to Google this, and I found some esoteric things, so I was like, okay, I need to know more because this is not the scientific side. So I reached out to him in a letter, and he sent me a very, very brilliant science communicators video, Jim Al-Khalili, who explains some parts of quantum biology, and that sucked me in. And I was like, okay, I need to do that. And when I started this project, I was a bachelor student, and I needed to learn a lot of stuff. But this helped me to reach a level until my PhD that I was comfortable to work with quantum chemistry programs and proteins and electron transport. So
And what is it in particular that you were researching during these PhD years?
So my PhD was about the theoretical description of electron transport through proteins. So how you can imagine this? There were experiments where they measured the conductivity of proteins in a way that they put protein layers between electrodes, and they applied some voltage and measured the current through this sample.
Right.
And they found some pretty interesting behavior that was not described by already available models, let's say. So my supervisor thought that we should create a model and we could replicate observations from the measurements and simulate these things. So that was what I did. I had to use quantum chemistry softwares and visual softwares for protein representation,
Right.
and a lot of math.
And did you learn all of those skills that you needed during your studies, or did you have to also do things on the side to keep yourself, up to date and ready for this sort of thing?
Yeah. I think when you do a PhD, you cannot expect that they will teach you everything. So you need to do your research not only on your topic, but on the applications and methods you need. Also, when I started university, we didn't learn Python, but later my PhD was, my codes during my PhD was in Python, so I kind of learned it or self-taught it.
And how could you do that? Are there like some resources available online, or books, or people who helped you?
Yeah, you have resources online. I Googled a lot, and I also had help from my fiancé because he started learning Python a little bit earlier than me, and then he helped me. And when we learned something cool, we just told the other one and gathered this information.
Oh, that sounds so lovely. Now, you said you wanted to do a PhD since you were in 10th grade or 10 years old?
10th grade.
10th grade. So you knew pretty early on that's what you want to do. Did you have any idea about what a PhD actually is, how it works at the time? And when you actually experienced it, was that very different to what you imagined it to be?
I had no idea what a PhD is. I had some, maybe, that it will be research, but what is research anyway? So my mom is a nurse and my father is a measurement technician. I think that's what it's called. And I don't know anyone in my family with a PhD, so I had no idea what a PhD is. And when I was in high school and I had this idea that research is something that you do in a lab, but now I am a theoretical physicist and I don't go into labs because maybe visit some labs, but my work is on my computer. I can do it pretty much anywhere.
Do you feel like you faced some challenges which were related to you being a young woman in academia? And did you find any ways to manage those challenges?
I would say not really. The challenges that I faced during my bachelor's came from, let's say, my ego, maybe. Because in high school, I felt that I don't need to learn or study at home. I just went to the lectures and I knew everything, right? But university does not work like this. So my first year was a really struggle, and I had to repeat 1 year during my bachelor's. But during those years, I learned how to study. And that was pretty hard for me because I really wanted to be a physicist, but I felt that I am struggling and I just didn't know how to proceed. So I had to discover the world of studying. But at the end of my bachelor's, it was pretty good, and my master's was perfect. So I didn't have a worse grade than 4. So that was great.
And were there any challenges during your PhD years?
I think when you do a PhD, it's 4 years long, and you often lose motivation because it's like you cannot be motivated through 4 years, I think. This is my opinion. Maybe someone would say otherwise, but it's very hard to stay motivated.
Yeah.
And maybe when you work in a group, it's a little bit easier because there will be one person who is motivated and will just push the other ones.
Yeah.
But I worked with my supervisor, just with my supervisor, so it was just two of us. And if he wasn't motivated and I wasn't motivated, it was very hard to keep going.
Yeah.
But when we had a momentum that was very, very good, and we could write papers, carry out very great research. So I think the biggest challenge is being motivated or being consistent even when you are not motivated.
And what helped you to stay consistent during those times when you didn't really feel much motivation?
That I need to finish the PhD, I think, because you need to publish papers to hand in your dissertation, and that needs time. The process of publishing is very long, or can be very long, even months. So I think that was the main reason that kept me going, that I need to finish this.
And what were some of the non-science related, non-academia related lessons that you learned during those years?
Maybe this one, that motivation itself is not enough if you start a very big project, and you need to be consistent. And the other one is, don't be afraid to ask, because when you ask, it's like, okay, you cannot ask very dumb questions because it's a question. And people are eager to help you, I think, most of the time. So if you find your kind of community or your people, don't be afraid to ask them for help, because they like to help and they are there. So I think it's great on both sides. You will get the help you need, and the other one will feel important because they helped you.
Right. And you just recently, just a few weeks ago, defended your PhD.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that day? How did you feel? What was it like for you? What was the most challenging?
I was very nervous in the morning, I remember, and I tried to shake it off, because when I am very, very nervous, I will say just random things. I won't think properly, I would say. And so I tried to be calm.
Yeah.
And it was very great because my mom, my dad, and my little sister came, also my friends and my colleagues. So when I met them and I greeted them, I couldn't, spiral into this nervous state that I am defending in some seconds or minutes. So it was very great. And then I started my presentation, which lasted about 25 minutes. And that calmed me down even more. And then you need to present the questions you got from your examiners who read your dissertation. But I got these questions before my defense, and I needed to answer them before my defense in writing. So that was good too. I knew that I have these answers, and I will present them in a good way. That's okay. But then you will get some questions from your committee on site.
That you don't know what they will be.
Yeah. It was just 3 questions, but the first 2 got me scared, because I didn't know the answer by heart. Okay.
Right.
I needed to think, and I was nervous.
Yeah.
So the third one was a pretty easy one. It was is it possible to do these experiments in Hungary? So I said, okay, I will start with the last one. So I have some time to calm myself down. and then I answered the other ones. So it was great. That was the part I was very afraid of.
Yeah.
But then I did it, and then they send you out. So the committee has some time to discuss your defense, and then they call and they announce that you got I got the maximum points, and it's summa cum laude, and I was like, okay. But in the break, when we were outside of the room, my supervisor was there. The committee spoke with him for some minutes, and they sent him out too. And jokingly, he said something that, they have a hard time deciding.
Oh no, why would you do
it? Jokingly, he was almost laughing, but it's just got me thinking that, oh no, I said something wrong, something terrible will happen. But I think it was like for 2 minutes, and they said that, okay, we can come in, and they announced that everything is good.
Did those 2 minutes feel like forever for you, or did they fly by?
So I had my friends and other topics to discuss. So it flew by, fortunately.
And then once they announce it, what happens for the rest of the day? Is there like some kind of tradition that people tend to follow, or did you have your own thing planned?
I did not attend many PhD defense, but it's kind of a tradition that you have a small celebration with your committee and those who came to your defense.
Yeah.
So I asked my dad to prepare some cake pops and my fiancé to prepare my favorite salad. So we had that and some snacks and champagne with the committee and with my friends. Also, I had my high school physics teacher there.
Oh wow, that's so
lovely. It was very lovely. And I did not expect, but some of my friends and even my physics teacher got me some gifts. And one of my friends got me a bouquet. And I was like, okay, this is very sweet. I did not expect that. I didn't know what to do because I was the center of attention, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy it. but it was a little bit strange, and I don't know if I processed it wholly until now, but maybe with time.
Well, that sounds lovely. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much.
That's a huge achievement. And, as someone who has a lot of experience in this now, do you feel like there are some misconceptions that people have about academia in general, maybe, or PhD programs that you wish they maybe understood better?
I think most people think that for a PhD you need to be some kind of genius and know everything, like literally everything. But when you are doing a PhD, the most important thing is that you are curious and you keep going no matter what. Being a genius, yes, it helps. I don't know about that, but it helps.
Oh, come on, of course.
No, really, it helps, but it's not enough. So you need to keep going no matter what. And also, maybe there is this misconception that people with PhDs know everything. And that's not true. We know a lot of things about a very, very narrow topic. And if you ask us, we will tell you everything about it.
Yeah.
But we don't know everything. Like, okay, I have a PhD in physics, but I don't know everything in physics just because I have a PhD in physics.
Right. And if somebody is thinking about doing a PhD somewhere down the line, what would be your list of reasons of why somebody should do it, and maybe why it's not really worth doing it for some other reasons?
I think if someone wants to work in research or industry related to research, then a PhD helps a lot. I don't have experience in industry, so I cannot tell you much about it, but I would say the best reason for doing a PhD is curiosity. If you are curious and want to learn about a topic as much as you can, do a PhD. And also, I would say just look around. I was very fortunate because I found a topic that was very interesting for me. It lasted from bachelor's to the end of my PhD, but it's not always the case.
Right.
Switching between fields, that's totally okay, and just explore what rocks your boat.
Now, besides the academic work that you've been doing a lot of, you also have a very strong presence in the field of science communication. How did you get into that? What interested you? How did you find your way into it?
We go way back with this media thing, but when I was in high school, my high school was very special because they had a radio run by students.
Ooh,
it was very cool, and it's way much cooler now than when I was at high school. Anyway, I was a host there, and I really enjoyed it. I had this interest in physics, so I went with physics. And when COVID came, at the university we had to hold the open days online. And I saw these online open days on YouTube, but I wasn't the host. And I said to one of my friend maybe who was involved, hey, you know that I was a host at a radio during high school. I have some experience on that, so maybe next time you could just reach out to me. Then she reached out to me because the ELTE science podcast just started.
Yes.
And she was invited as a guest, and they needed a host. And she said that, okay, I remember that you were a host at a radio, so could you be my host on this podcast? And I gladly said yes. So that was the first podcast that we recorded, and I said that if there is other physics themed topics, then I would be happy to be the host. And then I said, okay, not just physics related ones, but we can widen this thing, and I am happy to take on other than physics. And they said, okay, let's give it a try. And now pretty much I do the podcast.
So this podcast, it's related to different science topics.
Yeah, so everything that the researchers or students at Eötvös Loránd University Science Faculty do. And I asked them about their research, recently published research, or events like scientific events, or topics that science related and are happening in Hungary. So one time when you could see the Northern Lights here in Hungary, we just invited a geophysicist to talk about it. So it's really interesting, and we cover pretty much everything.
And do you have to prepare a lot for these episodes?
It depends. So when it's something that I am comfortable with and I have knowledge on, it's easier, but there are topics that I am not very comfortable with, and I need to do more research on them. I need to do more Googling and more looking around on the internet to know the definitions of the words to understand it better.
How does it feel to be on the opposite side of the microphone?
It's very strange, and I am trying my best.
You're doing a great job.
Because, you know, I don't have anything on my lap. I don't have questions. I don't have text. So I am just doing this freestyle.
Now, as someone who does a lot of science communication, bringing science to people, make it more understandable and more approachable. Do you feel some kind of sense of responsibility or something like that in this role?
Yeah, because so when I try to write or record a video, I need to be very, very careful to be precise. And when you do science communication, you need to simplify things, but you need to find this sweet spot where things are simplified enough, but scientifically accurate. And I think that's the hardest thing to do. That's why I don't have a lot of videos explaining scientific stuff, because I feel I need it to be almost perfect, not to confuse anyone. That's the main thing, the hardest part. And the other one is that I don't want to show a picture to people that is not true. Like doing scientific research is only good. It's rainbows and unicorns, but it's hard.
Is it not? Oh no.
No, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's hard, but if you are curious, it is worth it. I don't want anyone to think that okay, science is done only by geniuses, or science is done only in a happy way. Sometimes you struggle, but that's part of the process. So yeah, I feel responsible for painting a picture of this scientific world, academia and such.
And you're also invited to a lot of public events that are related to science. Can you please talk a little bit about some of the recent ones that you did? Because I know there were quite a few, and maybe some of any of the ones that are really memorable for you over the years.
Yeah, we will sit here for a long time. So what came to my mind first is Brain Bar as a recent one. It's a festival on future, and it was very inspiring to see that young people care about the future, and they are interested enough to attend the festival on the future and listen to panel discussions about it. So I was invited to talk about mentor-mentee relationship in the age of AI, when you can find everything on the internet.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. There is a program by Typotex. It's called Science Cafe. During these science cafes, we talk about a topic that is related to a book published by Typotex, and we have one or two professionals talking about this topic, and I can ask them questions, and I can involve the audience too, so they can ask their questions. It's very interactive, and I like it because it's in person, so it's a very different experience. There was Futurotheca. It was a non-fiction book festival. I had to moderate a panel discussion about the future with three professionals, and it was very difficult for me, or challenging, because it was in English, and I do podcasts and this hosting and moderating things in Hungarian, and it was public, live, with live audience, so it was a strange but very nice experience, because I could speak with the people. It was very nice, but also I was afraid, so I was pretty much relying on my questions and on my text. And near Christmas, I was at an event that was organized by the Hungarian Association for Women in Science, and I could talk with girls. They are high schoolers, I think, and I could talk with them about me being a researcher, my recent defense, and the world of academia, and pretty much anything. So I always tell them, you can ask me anything. You can ask me about my life outside of academia as well. So I really love these type of events when I can connect with young girls or young people in general. And there is a not very recent one. There was a science influencer visit in the European Commission's Joint Research Center at the ISPRA site specifically. It was peak science communication for me, I think.
Yeah.
Because just imagine I was just scrolling through Instagram and I got a message that they want to invite me to a science influencer visit to a research center. And first I thought that, okay, this is a scam. But
now pay us $20,000 and we'll make it happen.
Yeah. It was a little bit suspicious at first. But then I said, okay, what do I have to lose? So I said, sure, why not? And then we arranged an online meeting, and from then I was calm because I knew that, okay, this is it. So the point of this visit was that science influencers visit labs in this research center, and we just create content, anything we want. And it was really great because I got to meet brilliant science communicators from around the world. Nat and Elena, I can call them my friends now. I am pretty happy about it. So scientists in this joint research center, they carry out research that helps to modify EU policies. So when you are a researcher and you want to have immediate impact on EU policies, then this is your place. The European Commission Joint Research Center has several sites across Europe, and at this ISPRA site we visited two biotechnology labs, a lab where they investigated the impact of earthquakes on buildings, and let's say a car lab. They just showed us how they test these automatic functions of cars, like when to brake if there is another car and such things. Oh, and we also tried novelty foods.
Ooh.
So it's like new type of food, and we could taste crickets.
And how does that taste?
I think it's pretty good.
And when you say you could taste crickets, do you eat them in a form of a cricket, or do you mean like they use that as the base material for some kind of other types of foods and dishes?
No, it was just cricket.
Okay.
But they showed us that there are chocolates with some type of worm flour. So they say it's because it's protein, and they say it's some new type of protein bars.
Yeah.
And of course, when these new type of foods pop out, they need to test them and they need to create some policies on them. So researchers there can help and carry out research to make the best EU policies related to that thing they did the research on.
I know that beside all of the hats that you're already wearing, the most recent one is you are now a TV host.
Oh yeah.
Tell us about that. How did you get into this whole new chapter? And what have you learned so far about this?
So this new chapter started in March, I think. There was a call on national science ambassadors because this is the year of Hungarian science. I just saw it on Instagram. Sorry, I spent so much time there.
Look, it's working out for you. See, social media is not all bad.
Yeah. If you find the good places on social media, it's not that bad, but I am the victim of doom scrolling. Anyway, so I found this call, and it was placed by the National Innovation Agency, and I thought that I could give it a try. Why not? I had to send in an application letter and also a 2 minutes video about a topic. So I explained some things related to quantum mechanics. So they chose 12 young people to be national science ambassadors, and our goal is to popularize science, maybe. So we put out contents related to science, and we try to attend scientific events or outreach events. One of my fellow national ambassadors became a TV host of this TV show called Innovator, and then they thought that they want another one, and she just said that, okay, what if we try Eszter? So they asked me, and I said, okay, I want to try it out because it is a new challenge. And in this TV show, we go to labs, research facilities, and even companies doing some research or innovation, and ask the researchers about their recent innovation and their research. So it's pretty good, but it's not the same as doing a podcast because I don't have my tablet with the questions, so I have to keep everything in my head, and this was very challenging at first because I tried to remember all the things that I wrote down, and then I remembered that, okay, I am here as a host, I have questions that need to be asked, but I'm also a curious person, so I can ask questions on the go. So it's a learning curve. I still have a lot to learn, but I enjoy it so far.
That's the most important thing, that you enjoyed. And, you know, somebody who does a lot of science communication in all of these different ways and in all of these different platforms, what do you think makes somebody a trustworthy person, like somebody people trust online? Because, I mean, you can get anything online. You have so many people online nowadays. And what is it that breaks that trust?
This is my rule of thumb. If someone wants to sell you something, that's a red flag. Like, there are good products on anything, and I can imagine that a science communicator has a great product, and that is still okay. But if they only have posts on selling that product, that's a red flag. If they have educational posts and on the side I have this product, or I have a couple of videos about why my product is good, that's okay. But if they only have this very aggressive selling videos, that's a red flag. The other one for me is when someone tries to make it more funny than it is, or make it like cinema. So, okay, you are doing educational posts. You need attention. You need a good hook. That's okay. We know how it works. So you need the attention of the people. But you also can have it in a way that it's not comic, it's not cinematic, it's just how it is. I cannot explain it really well, but I would say if someone tries to sell science as science fiction, maybe, or when they are not very accurate. The other one is when someone leave out information to make it appear more fancy. Like, we solved the biggest problem of the world, and then it turns out that it's not really what they said. And I think it is just bad for science in general, because when you see these headlines that, I don't know, people created this and that, and then it turns out that it's a very good progress, but not what the headline said.
Yeah, right.
Then it just breaks the trust in science and scientists, and I think it's not very good.
And what is this other project that you're doing? So you are a dissemination manager, right? For a Horizon Europe twinning project, which is called Quest. Can you please tell us a little bit about what is that project and what is the work that you have to do for them?
So this project is about a consortium, a twinning, let's say. So the main goal is to help a research group at ELTE to enhance their research by twinning with other universities. In this project, ELTE is twinned up, let's say, with Linköping University, with Aalto University, Loughborough University, and some companies. So they help ELTE to improve their process.
Right.
And my job in this project is to communicate the work that is done by the researchers in this consortium. I have to maintain the website and the LinkedIn and X profile of this project, which is, at first I thought it will be simple, because I just need to ask for pictures and some text from the researchers.
Right.
What they did, where did they go, how was the conference they attended, etc. But it's not that simple because getting those pictures and texts from the people is a little bit hard. I need to ask several times, but it's getting better and better. So for me, the main thing is that I need to ask about their topic, their progress, and then I need to create these posts to put there on the website or on LinkedIn or X. It's a new role, and I would say it's the more professional side of science communication. I also need to write reports, what was done by me on this dissemination side. With time, I will also need to organize some podcast recordings, maybe some type of image videos. So I need to do more communication on this too.
And the podcast would have to be different to the one you're doing now, right? Is it going to be specific to this project, or?
I can invite researchers from this group to talk about their research, yes, but I think it should be in English, so we cannot do it in Hungarian. But this project is, I think, very flexible in a way that when you go to a high school or at a festival or researchers' night, it's also an outreach event, so you can communicate about that. So you don't have to stay in this very strict research circle. They want to see the outreach events too, because that's also a goal of the project, to do these outreach events.
I see. So you do a lot of work. You work in the lab and not in the lab on your computer. You do a lot of different events. You do your own pages, your own projects. You do podcasts, so many things. Do you have any free time at all? Does that exist?
Yeah, surprisingly, yes.
And what do you like to do during that free time?
Thanks to my fiancé, I travel a lot with a motorhome and with our cat. So that's pretty great. And he got into sailing recently. So last October, we sailed in Croatia also with our cat. So yeah, mostly travel. And I also like to spend time in our garden. And I think it was around August when I So a post that we have Reformer Pilates
Yes.
in Erd, where I live. So I decided to become a Pilates princess. So that's what I am doing, and it's pretty great. I mean, I go there 2 times a week, 3 times, and I really enjoy it. And I think it's big for me because I tend to stop with sport. I don't know why, but this is what I enjoy so far, and I think I will keep doing it.
That sounds really lovely. And when you said you travel a lot, do you always take your cat with you, or is it just a few trips?
We tend to take the cat. With the motorhome, we take the cat, and we try to arrange travels with the motorhome so we can take our cat.
And are there any challenges with having a pet with you on these travels?
You cannot park on sunny places because it will be very warm. But other than that, I think our cat is pretty chill with it. So imagine a sailing boat in waves.
I cannot imagine.
She was okay with it. She did not come outside, but she was okay with it. But here I need to say something about the free time. So I think because I do this theoretical research, it's very flexible. So I can work whenever and wherever I want. And that gives me freedom to go places, even if I want to work some hours during the day. And I also have this maybe not very strange thing, but when I am motivated, I can work a lot, like non-stop. And then I don't know if it's burnout or not, but then I need some time to recover.
Yeah.
So I pretty much work in waves. And I think that is a type of freedom that works for me.
Yes.
It does not work for everyone, but it works for me. That's why I have this kind of freedom and flexibility in my schedule.
And do you ever feel like there's some sort of pressure that comes with that as well? Because you know you are allowed to work anywhere and anytime. Do you sometimes feel like you have to work?
No, but when we travel by car and I'm not driving, I often think about my research. Sometimes I got pretty good ideas during these calm moments, let's say. So I am not pressured to do research, or not pressured from the outside, maybe from the inside. And I like it because when I have a question in my mind, it pops up and I think, okay, I need to look this up. I need to do something now. And imagine if I work in a lab and I don't know, it's 10 p.m.
Yeah.
and I have a question that just in my brain and I need to do something. I cannot go into a lab.
Right.
But I can Google, I can code if I want to, even at 10 p.m. And sometimes I do, because I just have this great idea and I don't want it to disappear. So I enjoy it so far. And now that I have my PhD, I think it's a little bit different. Like I don't have this deadline. I still need to deliver good research, that's for sure. And I think I will have to work more. But I also feel a little bit lighter that I don't have this deadline, that I really need to do it. And maybe this will give a peace to my mind. I don't know.
Yeah. You have such an amazing journey, and it's so rich in so many different experiences. If you could talk directly to the next generation of girls and women who are interested in scientific fields and STEM fields, is there anything that you want to let them know that maybe you wish you knew before you started, or is there any advice that you wish to share with them?
So my advice, not just for girls but anyone, is that if you want to pursue a profession, you just need to keep going. And if you feel that it's not for you after some years, don't be afraid to change, because that's how life works. That's okay too. And also, don't be afraid to ask or tell something about yourself to someone, because you cannot expect people to know you as well as you know yourself, what you are capable of, what you want to do, like me with the open days and podcasts. So that information about yourself is in your head. If you don't put it out there, then it will stay there. So I would say that go for the opportunities if you want to go for them, and don't feel bad, or don't feel that you are greedy in some way. You just want to experience something, you want to try something out, so go for it if you think that you are ready for it.
That is wonderful advice. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you very much for your time, and congratulations once again on your amazing achievements.
Thank you very much.